gonna be a good day, because it's new gear day. For a while now, my trusty BCF has been showing signs that it's on its last days. One fader doesn't work. It's been dropping connection to my computer. So instead of waiting for it to fully die, like say when I was mid-project, it was time for some new faders. There are a million different options out there in terms of these MIDI faders. I mean, you've got the monograms, you've got the sparrows, you've got the ghost note, you've got the choy sauce. Ooh, and you know what? If we're being a little real for a second, the choy sauce almost had me. I mean, if it's good enough for Hans Zimmer, it's probably good enough for me. But it really boiled down to one YouTube clip.
I mean, that's good, isn't it?
That really sold me on the Midifex Lujin. I have been waiting for this thing for 3.5 months. I want to play with it. The Lujin comes in a pretty standard, if not plain box. In it, there's a card with some basic information about the Lujin, like the default CC settings the faders are set to, and a QR code that takes you to the Midifex site for deeper insight and an FAQ. Midifex has included a pretty high quality braided USB-C cable to connect with. It's perfect for portable solutions, but you might find it a little short for bigger, more permanent studio situations. I can't speak for the Windows experience, but as a Mac user, setting it up is really as easy as just plugging it in. It's set up and good to go directly from the box. Compared to the BCF, the Lujin is a breeze to change any default value that it comes with. It's super quick and it's super easy. And you can save it natively on the device. Changing what CCs the Lujin controls is super simple. Push the program button on the top right, and it will display what CCs it's currently set to control. All you have to do is move the faders to the CC or value that you want it to control. As you can see, I've already done the 11 and 1 swap, so we're gonna put those back. And then push and hold the program button until you see the profile view come up. Once you have everything set, push the save button. Boom, done. And now for the fun part. Now the reason I decided to get the Lujin is its ability to display and mirror automation data. Sometimes when patching into parts or doing music editing, stitching things together, getting a real-time display of CC info is such a cool way to speed up the workflow. Now, I haven't had a chance to try this in Logic or Ableton, but it's actually pretty easy to set up in Cubase. So I've got my template active and an instance of CSS Violin 1s currently active. All you need to do is add a MIDI track, make sure that the output is set to the Lujin, go into the MIDI sends and activate one, and then connect it to your instrument. Now it should work, so let's try and record something. Now when we play it back, the Lujin will show you the CC data. Despite this feature being the key reason that I bought the Lujin, it does kind of bring up one smallish, biggish problem. And to be clear, this isn't a Lujin problem. This is a DAW problem, and more specific to the DAW that I work in the most. I have a 2000 plus track template, and the prospect of adding 2000 plus MIDI tracks and matching them up with the instruments that they represent just to get this feature fully integrated is a panic attack waiting to happen. It's a lot of time. The Midifex FAQ does point out a solution that is based off of a Cubase forum post about generic remotes. The problem with that is this is a temporary solution because Steinberg has shown that it is a legacy thing, and quite literally in the DAW says this will be discontinued. So when will that be? Cubase 15? Tomorrow? Who knows? But again, this isn't a Lujin problem. This is just something that I think that you should be aware of if you're a Cubase user and you plan on fully integrating with the automation recall. Conversely, I know there's smarter people out there, so if there is a solution that you know of, reach out, let me know, because I would love to know it. The Lujin does feel solidly constructed. It's portable, so if it were to go on the road with me, I am a human being, there's a possibility I'm gonna drop this thing. I think you drop this thing once, it's gonna survive the fall. I think if you drop this thing 3 times, it'll probably survive the fall. We're not gonna test that, just know that it feels really solid. You will be spending 100 million hours with this thing, so a pretty important question to ask is, how does it actually feel? And to be honest, it does not feel all that much different than the BCF, and to me, that's a good thing. The faders are pretty close together, but not so close that you have to scrunch your fingers in an uncomfortable way, nor are they super spread out in a way that would cramp your hands after hours of use. In terms of movement, there is slight resistance to it. It's enough that the faders move easily, but not so soft that you'd feel like you'd accidentally slip into a value that you didn't want to hit. Again, it's very comparable to the BCF. Overall, the Lujin does feel like it's become a foundational piece of my rig, even though I've only had it for a couple of days. It's comfortable, it feels like a quality build, and probably the most important thing is it's incredibly easy to use. It's a very impressive device from a very small team in Christchurch, New Zealand. I do think it was worth the 3.5-month wait. The BCF was with me at the start of my composing career, and while I am sad to see it relegated as a backup, I do feel like I have a new workhorse in the Lujin. And now, his watch has ended.